Hello my friends and welcome to the channel. Today I decided I was going to take a look at the Star Wars Bounty Hunters produced by Hasbro's Star Wars Black Series. The first that I am going to look at is the San Diego Comic-Con 2013 exclusive Boba Fett and Han Solo in Carbonite set. Here you have the set. It comes in this black box with this removable sleeve, which shows that this is a Star Wars Black Series Boba Fett and Han Solo in Carbonite. When I turn it to the back, and here you can see, kind of before we get going, the face of Boba Fett's helmet right here. And when I turn it to the back, it has some other barcode and some other information. Let me go ahead and remove the sleeve so we can get a better look at the artwork that's behind this actual set. Here, it has an etching of the scene in which Han Solo is captured on the planet Bespin. And you have Boba Fett, and you have some of the Bespin soldiers, and then it shows you a stormtrooper there. And this is when they're carrying Han Solo already in Carbonite, and he's already right in here. It says, the notorious bounty hunter Boba Fett prepared to deliver the carbon-frozen Han Solo to Jabba the Hutt. And it has a quote here from the movie in which Boba Fett says, "He's no good to me, dead." Let's go ahead and I'll take a moment here and open up this set. When I remove the front cover of this set, we have here on the inside, it says Star Wars, the Black Series. Okay. Let me put this off to the side. And this is the set that we are looking at today and how it comes in this box. Here is the actual set. It has this front tray, and when I remove this tray, it has the interior, which shows the stand that you can put this set in. Let me put this off here to this side here so we can take a better look at the interior of this set. And here it shows all the features that are included in this set. And now we'll take a closer look at it in a second. Here we have the actual tray, which shows all the majority of the contents of this set. We get to see his Blastech EE3 blaster rifle. And just take a look at the detail on this blaster rifle. Then his Sacros K11 disintegrator pistol. Again, great detail compared to some of the later versions of the Black Series figures. And then we have his modified Z6 jetpack. And then here is the actual Boba Fett figure. Let's take a closer look at him. Some great detail on this figure. Great set. And then we have the Han Solo in Carbonite. This is a fantastic set. And again, it is a 2013 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. The Boba Fett with Han Solo in Carbonite. This is the carbonized Boba Fett from the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. Again, this is the Boba Fett figure, but in a carbonized version, which gives it a different look. Again, just take a look at the difference between this rifle and the other rifle that you just watched on the set previously. Get to see how much more detailed the other figure is. And again, again, he has a semi-soft goods cape. You can see his jetpack in the back. This is the carbonized version of the Boba Fett figure. I also have, and if I can get him to stand up, I also have the deluxe Boba Fett figure from Return of the Jedi. And if I can get him to stand up, I'll move him over slightly and I'll put Boba Fett right. Let's see if I can get him to stand, because he's a little heavy then compared to the other figure, but this one has the flame effects, and in the back of the jetpack you get to see, and I'll show you in a second, the actual jetpack flying off in the background. There is a lot more detail on his jetpack on this one here, more colorful than the other ones before. And here you get to see the flame effects coming from this Boba Fett figure. And this flame effect is removable. I'll just have to take it off. Here you get to see some of the missiles that are on his sleeves. And these figures have some great articulation. They are a little stiff because of all the armor that he wears. Here's his rifle. And here's the face sculpt for the Boba Fett. You get to see some of the armor. This one is the deluxe version of the Boba Fett from the Return of the Jedi. These are my other two Boba Fett figures. This is Bosk. He is a Trandoshan bounty hunter. And again, almost reptile-like face sculpt on this figure. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe his jaw moves a little bit. Slightly it does. But this is Bosk again. Some great detail on this figure. Again, we get to see his rifle in the back. It's on a sling. And this is Bosk. The next bounty hunter kind of has an interesting story, because him and the other counterpart were kind of named incorrectly by Kenner back in the day. But this guy here is Forlom. Forlom, if I can get him to stand. Forlom is a droid with insect features. You can get a better look at his face sculpt. And again, he is a droid. I'm not sure if the rifle is correct for Forlom, but this is Forlom. And right next to Forlom, I'm going to move him over, is the other droid, or not droid, but the other bounty hunter that he was confused with. And this guy here is a Gand bounty hunter named Zuckuss. This is Zuckuss right here. And again, let's take a closer look at his weapon. This is his weapon, and this is his face sculpt. I don't want to say he's almost like an insect-like as well, but you get to see, I believe that looks like a breathing tube or a breathing apparatus, which allows him to be out with everybody else. He does have soft goods, and this is Zuckuss. Let's take a look at the back of the figure. This is Zuckuss and Forlom, two of these bounty hunters. Next up, we have a Corellian bounty hunter by the name of Dengar. This is Dengar. And again, Dengar does appear briefly in The Empire Strikes Back. And we get to see his rifle. He does have a pistol right here. And he does have a backpack of sorts. He has some kind of wrap around his face. And this is his face sculpt. Some armor. Again, he is on a little modified stand that I created and I have a video on a cheap way to display your action figures. This is Dengar. IG-88 is an assassin droid. And here is IG-88. Some of you may recognize this particular type of droid because appears in The Mandalorian. This is IG-88. Again, I have him in this little makeshift stand that I build just to kind of show off my figures. He is missing his weapons. I couldn't find them where they're located, but this is IG-88. Here is Aura Singh. Aura Singh is a feared bounty hunter, and she is actually known for having trained Boba Fett after the death of Jango Fett. Now let's take a closer look at her. Now she does come with this long rifle. She does come with this long rifle with scope, but it makes it very difficult to display. Now she is a sharpshooter and she does have some pistols. She's holding one in her hand and then she has another one right there. And let's take a look at her face sculpt. Now she does have a built-in comlink antenna in her head there. You see it sticking out. You see her ponytail and you can see some braiding that goes in behind it. She's wearing a vest. Very, very nice figure, some boots. This is Aura Singh. Then we have one of my personal favorites, Cad Bane. Now he reminds me of an old Western gunslinger, doesn't he? Now he is ruthless and he is from the planet Duro. And we get to see some of the features on Cad Bane. Let's take a first look at his face sculpt here. Look at that. And the hat is removable, so let's remove the hat. We get to see Cad Bane. Again, he's wearing an overcoat. You get to see some of the gadgets he has on his gauntlets here. Another pistol here, and the one he has in his hand. He's wearing some kind of bag right here. And then he has what looks like little jets on his legs to allow him to probably levitate a little bit. Let's take a look at the back of the figure. Some kind of breathing apparatus that he has to allow him to be out. This is Cad Bane. Let's put the hat back on him and display him the way he is right here. Hopefully I can get him to stand. This is Cad Bane. Finally, I have the one in which there would be no Boba Fett. This is Jango Fett. Again, in the prequels, Jango Fett is the one that they used to create all the clones. This is Jango Fett. You can see some of his armor, his helmet, his gauntlets, the pistols that he has. I really like the color on this actual figure. And here we see his jetpack. These little jets kind of. Now the helmet is removable. And here we get to see Jango Fett, his face sculpt. Let's put it back on him and stand him up if he'll stay. Here we have Jango Fett. There you have it. My look at the Star Wars Black Series bounty hunters in my collection. Let me know in the comments if you have any of these figures or you have other figures that I left out. Or if you even have different versions of Boba Fett, Jango Fett. They've released so many different types of figures and so many versions that it's difficult to keep track of. But this is my bounty hunter collection for the Star Wars Black Series action figures. Thank you for watching. And please, I would invite you to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Click on the notification bell to receive notice of future upcoming videos. So let's add to the action with Action Joe Figs.